Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to week 7, module 7 in your SNHU 107 class. This is Melanie Shop, your SNHU 107 learning community gal, and I wanted to take just a really quick minute and walk you through everything for week 7, but also where to find your final project example of the final project and also the template. So here for module 7, you guys are in the groove. We only have a couple weeks left. As you know, you can always find your module assignments under course menu, learning modules, and scroll down to the week you're looking for. Click on week 7 for this week. Couple reminders. For this week, you will notice in your Brightspace classroom that there is a 7-1 discussion. However, this discussion is not graded. So this is not something that you have to do. This is just a space where you can ask questions about the project, maybe share kind of how you're approaching it, what you've been working on, or any thoughts you might have about the class. As a reminder, don't post any part of your project or activities in the discussion thread in any way. It's just a space here for this week to kind of just make sure that if you have questions or you need anything, it's just an extra discussion space, but it's not graded. This week's focus is all about that academic success plan. And y'all, you have been working on pieces of this project and learning the concepts all term long. So now we get to connect the dots and we get to put it all together. As a reminder, when you click on the 7-2 project submission, go down to those guidelines and rubrics. And when you click on that, it's going to pop up the entire project, right? So as always, it reminds you of what you're doing in this project. The directions are here step by step. So as always, make sure you review them carefully. And like I said, you've been working on this all term. So these are not new concepts. You're just going to be able to put the concepts that you've learned and put some of those activities and journal assignments we've done before into use here in this project. Scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you. At the very bottom, as always, is the project rubric and how you're graded. But also remember what to submit. Right here in the blue, gets you to where you want to go, is that academic success plan template. Click on it, and it'll actually open up the blank template, okay? So just like you've done for all the other assignments, when you click on it, it'll download that assignment. You want to pop into your downloads, if that's where it goes on yours, that's where it always goes on mine. And you want to open up that template. And once you open up that template, as a reminder, you are able to type directly in that assignment, just like you've done for your journal assignments before. Some of you might have to click enable editing. That's totally fine. As a reminder, I always like to tell students, put your name on your work. I tell my 3rd grader this all the time. Put your name at the top of the paper. That way, in case something happens, your name is on it and somebody knows that that is your work. As always, you want to make sure that you look at the question and then you can type your response below. You do not have to keep the brackets. You can get rid of the brackets if they bother you. You can keep the brackets. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure you answer the actual questions. Like always, you're typing right in the template. You guys have all these questions, so make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a total of 12. So by the time you get done, you'll have answered 12 questions. And I want to show you an example of this project. This is the template that you type in, but you do also have that example. So if we go back into the classroom, you will notice underneath supporting materials, again, you have the template. It's right there too, in case you missed it, to be able to type in it. But you want to click on this project example. When you click on that, it is literally going to open up a PDF document that is an example of what this project should look like. Now, as you fill out your own thoughts and your own answers, you want to make sure that you are not copying this example, okay? Do your own work. But this just gives you a really great idea into how maybe you should be wording some things, what the sentence structure should look like, and kind of the appropriate length for answers to each question, okay? So you will notice, for example, question number 1, it talks about identifying a problem-solving technique or method you have used in a previous situation and explain how it helped you. How might problem-solving methods be different in diverse cultures or fields of work? How can effective problem-solving help you in an academic journey? This question might look a little bit familiar. We did some of this back in Module 2. So you might want to go back in Module 2 and look and see what you wrote about for that journal assignment or that discussion assignment, and then put your answer together here for each of those questions, okay? So you'll notice 3 questions, 3 short sentences, written and complete sentences that answer the question. There's another question about learning styles. Identify your learning style and explain how knowing or learning about your learning style helped support your success throughout this course this term. So list what your learning style is and then how knowing that helped you. Remember, for some of you, you might have a variety of learning styles. So list them all and just explain how it best supported your success, okay? You'll notice too that you're going to see question 3 has those 5 successful habits of SNHU students. Again, answer the question. Question number 4 is explaining how you'll stay on track in your courses and overcome interruptions that may impact your schedule. So make sure that you answer those. Question number 5 is to choose 2 SNHU resources. Remember, SNHU resources are departments and resources that are part of SNHU. They're part of the university. So you're going to choose 2 of those, but then you're also going to choose 2 social supports. Who are the social supports again? Those are the people, places, and things outside of the university, outside of SNHU. So you're going to pick 2 for each of those, and you're going to share them, but you're also going to include like how these help support your success and how they're helping you achieve your overall mission and goals. Okay, so don't forget that part. List them, then explain the why behind them. You'll notice this in the example. Question number 6, remember that mission statement you put together in Module 4? You want to take a look at that mission statement, take a look at the feedback from your faculty member, and pop it right in here, okay? If you had any changes, make them. If you didn't, just copy and paste it. Same thing for those 3 short-term academic goals that you wrote back in Module 4. Make sure you copy and paste all 3 of them here. If you had any changes or additions, make them, but just make sure that you have those 3 short-term academic goals, okay? Question number 8 is to describe the importance of setting goals on your academic journey. Why is it important to have goals, y'all? We talked about this all term. Explain your thoughts on it. Question number 9 is how are you going to stay motivated to achieve your goals and mission statement based on what you have learned in SNHU 107? So remember your why you started, what motivates you. Like, what are you going to do to stay on track for the rest of your classes all the way to the graduation stage? Question number 10, explain why an awareness of diversity is beneficial to giving and receiving feedback when collaborating with others. Remember when we talked about feedback? It wasn't that long ago. What did you learn about feedback? What thoughts maybe changed for you on feedback? And you want to answer the question from your point of view on why giving and receiving feedback and collaborating with others and keeping in mind an awareness of diversity is beneficial. Question number 11 is to explain why is it important to take ownership, be vulnerable, ask for help, and have an open mind to achieve your goals. And the very last question is, what was your biggest takeaway from this course? Explain it. Your biggest takeaway is, what is that like top concept that you learned? Maybe what is that top tip that's going to stick with you for the remainder of your journey? That is what you want to focus on for this project. As always, I encourage you to use the Academic Support Written Feedback Writing Services. You can find that by clicking on Academic Support in your Brightspace Classroom, then click on Written Feedback, upload your project, let somebody have another set of eyes on it. They give you feedback, usually with less than 24 hours, usually about 12 hours. So I always encourage students to utilize that service because it's a great benefit for you. Get your feedback, make sure that you upload your project, and just know that your faculty are so excited to read these. It's one of our very favorite assignments of the term. We are so thankful we got to work with you here these last 7 weeks. And just think about it, y'all. Only 1 more week after this. Get your project done. If you have questions, reach out to your instructor as soon as possible. And remember, you got this. Have a great week 7.